The Mavic Pro is not just a new drone, it's a whole new type of drone.
We merged power and smart features, making it easy for everyone to fly and create beautiful images. The toughest challenge for us was to find the sweet spot between form and function.
When engineering the folding arms, we wanted to save as much space as possible.
We really wanted to make it quick to unfold and leave enough room for the powerful processors and sensing system.
This took several attempts and many prototypes.
In one of our earlier prototypes, the arms took up way too much space when folded, almost 2/3 of the entire volume. Combined with the space that we needed for the internals, this meant the Mavic was much larger than we wanted.
In another attempt, the arms only took up half the volume, but there's a lot of wasted space in between body and arms. Eventually, we solved this problem and created an easy flick-to-unfold mechanism. Seen from above, the thin arms sit flush against the body when folded.
We carved out 2 indents at the rear of the airframe to fit the motors, saving additional space. The rear arms fold out in a 3-dimensional motion and snap into place in one sweep. With this design, you can have your Mavic Pro unfolded in under 5 seconds.
Powerful components generate a lot of heat, especially when they're placed close together.
So for the first time ever on a DJI drone, we integrated a heatsink at the base made from magnesium aluminum alloy and a centrifugal fan behind the gimbal.
The fan pulls in air from the front of the aircraft and channels it across the heatsink, dissipating heat.
We wouldn't go through all this trouble without making sure you have a great camera. We spent thousands of hours trying to re-engineer and shrink the stabilization technology found in our Phantom series. One of the major challenges we ran into when making a stabilized camera this small was the stiffness of the electrical wires. The mechanics, the structure, and the brushless motors had to be specifically engineered to take this into account. Plus, it's the first DJI camera that's able to rotate 90 degrees for portrait shots.
We also wanted a remote controller for the Mavic Pro that would feel natural and familiar in people's hands, so they would be more confident when they fly. That's how we came up with a small controller that expands with a pair of grips. These grips also clamp your phone, keeping all of your controls in easy reach.
The Mavic Pro concentrates some of our most advanced technologies into one compact body.
It's an incredible tool to turn everyday moments into fantastic art wherever you go.
What do you need for incredible aerial imaging? A brilliant camera, an aircraft you can trust, and the intelligence to make every shot cinematic. The new Phantom 4 Pro has all this and much more. The Phantom 4 Pro camera has an f2.8 aperture, mechanical shutter, and large 1-inch sensor, coming together to make brighter, more detailed imagery. Record cinematic 4K video at higher bit rates with more advanced compression and a wider dynamic range. 4K 60 frames per second recording gives you stunning, detailed, slow motion aerial video. The Phantom 4 Pro is as adept at stills as it is with video, capturing every detail at 20 megapixels. Its mechanical shutter eliminates rolling shutter bending. Grab the perfect moment using burst mode. All of this makes the Phantom 4 Pro the most advanced aerial camera ever found in the Phantom series.
The Phantom 4 Pro is now a huge step forward. I'm taking photos of the lava when it's darker out and the glow of the lava is coming off of it. The image sensor that's in this camera now is 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixels. That extra dynamic range allows me to really get everything into one shot, and in the landscape, that's extremely important.
See your shot clearly, even in direct sunlight, with the new ultra-bright 5.5-inch monitor that's more than twice as bright as most tablets. Inside is DJI LightBridge technology. It automatically detects interference and switches from 2.4 to 5.8 gigahertz transmission at takeoff, cutting through the noise for more reliability.
The built-in monitor on the Phantom 4 Pro is so bright. I'm actually able to see in direct sunlight, and that's really allowing me to compose my shot and get what I really want to capture.
Active Track has now been expanded with 3 new intelligent flight modes. Profile tracks your subject horizontally from any side. Spotlight locks the camera on a subject while you fly in almost any direction. Circle swings 360 degrees around the subject. Tap fly has also been improved, adding reverse tap fly, making it perfect for aerial selfies. Flying the Phantom 4 Pro is even more worry-free. A set of rear visual sensors has been added to existing forward and downward sensors. Combined with new infrared obstacle sensors on its sides, the Phantom 4 Pro has 5 directions of sensing. If image signal is lost, it returns home while dynamically avoiding obstacles, and even flies back along its original flight path until signal is regained. Every minute in the air counts. The new high-capacity battery flight time has been increased to 30 minutes. When it comes to speed, the Phantom 4 Pro is 10 miles per hour faster with full support of its obstacle sensing systems. With its stunning camera, 1-inch sensor, ultra-bright monitor, obstacle sensing, and intelligence, the Phantom 4 Pro brings professional quality aerial imaging and flight capabilities to more pilots around the world.
At its launch, the Inspire 1 was a revolution. It turned tens of thousands of people into aerial filmmakers and now appears on professional film sets around the world. The Inspire 2 builds on this foundation, empowering filmmakers to be more creative than ever, whether flying as a team or operating as a single pilot. A dedicated 2-axis stabilized FPV camera with independently adjustable pitch gives the pilot a personal live feed, freeing the camera op to move any way they need to get the shot. Top speed is boosted to 58 miles per hour, 94 kilometers per hour, and ascent and descent is also accelerated. This speed doesn't come without protection. DJI's unmatched flight autonomy system comes to the Inspire 2, bringing with it an extended range of close to 100 feet, meaning faster flight with protection from what it can see. It also adds an infrared sensing system placed on top of the Inspire, extending obstacle avoidance to obstructions overhead. The new dual battery design increases flight time, hitting a maximum of 27 minutes when using the X4S camera, and also provides battery redundancy. Self-heating systems mean the Inspire 2 can be flown in extreme cold. The Zenmuse X5S Micro Four Thirds camera now has a 20.8 megapixel sensor with better pixel performance. It is capable of capturing 5.2K at 30 frames per second, as well as 4K at 60 frames per second. It also supports Cinema DNG and ProRes recording.
And you just kind of look at it and you go, like, that's really small, but how can this little small thing give these big results? Normally I wouldn't think of using a drone for normal shots, but kind of made this really simple shot easily, you know, and look great. And I'm telling you, I'm really picky.
The Inspire 2 is DJI Focus compatible for precision focus control. A broad range of Micro Four Thirds lenses are also supported, including zooms from 9mm to 45mm.
The 45 is pretty beautiful on this camera. We use that a lot for close-ups and has a great depth of field and just makes me feel like, you know, that's kind of cinematic for me.
The Inspire 2 image processor, known as CineCore 2.0, offers Cinema DNG, ProRes, H.264, and H.265 recording onto a detachable PCIe SSD drive with a maximum read and write speed of 6 gigabits per second or a micro SD card. ProRes is a widely used delivery method for post-production, offering flexibility for editing while not compromising image quality. But to get the absolute most out of what you shoot, the Inspire 2 also captures RAW.
Acquiring content on RAW just gives you more information to work with in your post-process. The raw native cinema DNG format gives you the most dynamic range possible of that camera. It basically takes full advantage of the sensor and everything that it can see.
There isn't one shot that we compromised for detail, for color purity, for separation of images, for black, for low light detail, highlight detail. Boy, I never could have told you that this particular footage came from a drone. It's just too good.
New intelligent modes, including Spotlight Pro and Profile, make cinematic shots easier for production teams and even for single operators. Spotlight Pro keeps the camera locked on the subject, rotating beyond 360 degrees to fix the target in frame as the Inspire flies. While Profile mode turns the camera to capture the subject's profile as the Inspire flies forward. By maintaining forward flight, obstacle sensing systems are able to protect the aircraft. The onboard FPV camera separates the flight view from the main camera view, effectively giving the Inspire 2 a dedicated tap fly camera. Just tap on the screen to fly in that direction and focus on camera control. During return to home, the primary camera with a maximum sensing range of 200 meters is used to effectively avoid obstructions. Live TV broadcasting has also been enabled natively through an optimized broadcast mode that streams smooth video at the 1080i50 and 720p 60 live broadcast standard. The Inspire 2 brings better quality images, more power, and more intelligence to professional aerial filmmaking, setting the stage for more filmmakers to take to the sky.